Hey, welcome to my channel. My name is Emmie from Emmie Evolving. If this is your first time joining me, thank you for finding me. If this is not your first time, thank you for coming back. So right now I'm going to be doing a ClairTarot reading for the collective whole. This is an energy update. I asked our collective energies what this reading is going to be about, and I'm told this is a message from the heart. Not my heart, but the heart. So I'm not too sure what that means. Let's find out though. So let me just pull some cards. How's everyone doing? How are you guys doing? I've been getting extra sleep. How about you guys? Been trying to be extra just zen. Let's see. So there's a lot of shifting going on, a lot of acceleration. And the acceleration has to do with our personal ascension as well as the collective ascension. Okay. So things are definitely speeding up like a lot. Okay. And that doesn't necessarily mean a bad thing. It just means that timelines are being shifted. And when things are accelerated, what I find is that the time as we experience it, it seems to slow down. Like, I don't know if you guys notice, my readings are a lot shorter than 1 hour. I usually have readings for an hour, and I'm like finding myself like, damn, I've been on for hella long. And I look at the clock, the timer, and it's only been 15 minutes. So definitely experiencing it, like firsthand experiencing it. So let's just get a couple more cards. I look different with this hair. When I used to work security, see, I cut baby hairs, you guys. I had a fucking brain fart. Look at this shit. Okay, we just reintegrate that. We got to just reintegrate that, okay? But when I used to work security and when I used to do corporate for makeup companies, I used to always have my hair like this because you have to have your hair out of your face. Okay. So this is a very, I guess I had to take it back to the old school, you know, have a little nostalgia for when times were very simple. And I find myself experiencing this need to go back to simplicity, to go back to like a very quiet state. And I understand where that comes from. I totally do. And one more card from here. Okay, I'm told wrong deck. The other deck. Let's see. All right. All right. Okay. So I'll give you guys the messages as they come. And here goes. So card number 36, patience. So many of us have been very, very patient in our waiting for a transition to occur. And now the transition is here. And so we need to remain patient. You've been patient for how long already? Being patient for a little bit longer is not anything that's like unreasonable. Okay. So a lot of people still need time to shift their perception, to shift their focus, to come to terms with the changing of the systems that we exist within. And the patience is very, very crucial, okay? When people feel a lot of fear, it tends to make people shut down. It tends to make them experience more elevated levels of cognitive dissonance. And that's perfectly okay. Love them in such a way that frees them to experience their life on their terms. So, ooh, see, patience and patience, two cards, patience. We're being funneled through into a dark night of the soul as a collective whole. And dark nights of the soul aren't necessarily scary, they're not necessarily bad. There are periods where we can experience elevated levels of growth and expansion. So we have to allow that, okay? Quite a few of us here on earth have not yet experienced a conscious dark night of the soul. We've experienced things that have caused us to feel as though life sucks, people suck, all kind of like, really negative feelings and thoughts, rightfully so, because if you're hurting, that's a normal feeling to have. But I think this probably is the first time in a very, very, very long time, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of years, where maybe even thousands, to be honest, where we experience uh, a collective dark night. And that's a scary thing for people who are not ready to really dive deep into themselves and examine who they are, where they are on their journey. Okay. So you have to be patient, very patient. And then you also have to have patience because at the end of this, we all fly. It's a beautiful thing. We all fly, but it's going to take some time. It's going to be a process for us to go from bipedal consciousness to one that flies. All right. And we have people who are afraid of heights. You have to give them the space and the time to become acclimated to the changes that are happening within society, within themselves, all of that. So card number 24, you belong to paradise. This is going to be an intense message, okay? This is going to be an intense message. If you're very sensitive to intense messages, it might be good if you go ahead and click off the live stream for a moment. But I do have to give this message as it's presented, okay? So if you're very sensitive to intense messages, please click off the live stream. We're at 7 minutes, 40 seconds. You can come back on in like, I don't know, 30 seconds or a minute, okay? So in order for us to reach paradise, where we belong, we first have to travel through the things that are necessary for us to release this paradigm we exist within, okay? This is definitely a process that is happening right now. You can interpret this however you want. To me, this means that our survival, consciously speaking, not necessarily in society, it's that energy is in our hands and our eyes and third eye. This is something we're needing to see how we've been allowing ourselves to simply survive versus thrive. So you can interpret this however you want. That's how I'm choosing to interpret it. But this is the path that we have to go through to get back to our home in paradise. Okay. Let's see. So here we go. Card number 14, focus. We need to focus on what it is we're cultivating within ourselves, within our environment. Okay. We definitely have to make sure that we allow our expansion of consciousness. You can do this either still fully connected to everyone, your environment, watching the news, watching whatever it is you want to watch. Or if you're very sensitive, if you're a highly sensitive empath, you're going to have to create a buffer zone for yourself. You're going to have to stay off of social media. You're going to have to request that conversations not be taken to places that trigger processes that are unnecessary for your compliance in regards to this transition. Okay? You have to be very honest about your needs right now. And when I say you have to be very honest, I mean to yourself. You have to be very, very honest with yourself about what you need. And right now, many of the very, very sensitive empaths who have um, a good inkling of what's going on, spiritually, energetically speaking, it's very easy for them to get overloaded. Okay. So if you know a sensitive empath and they've kind of gone quiet, this is probably it. They probably cocooning to help preserve some vestige of their sanity. So with that, there's such a strong message of flight, flight, flying, butterflies, um, freedom. We're about to free ourselves from a paradigm that has really greatly restricted our ability to fly through our lives, fly through the events that are brought to us to grow us. And this is it. We're growing our wings. Um, some people are frustrated about the need to isolate. And I keep being reminded of this meme that I was shown. It talks about how um, the loneliest time in a caterpillar's life is when it's growing its wings. We just kind of got to remember that we are growing our wings right now, and we can't exactly allow ourselves to be distracted by things that detract from us growing our wings, our energetic wings. We're trying to climb higher in consciousness, and in that rising of consciousness, we're actually paving the way for those who are um, not yet very aware. And that's okay. This is not about I'm better than you because I'm more aware. This is about recognizing when you have more awareness than someone else, you are more obligated to have patience in facilitating the growth of their awareness. Okay? It's not about one person is better, one person is worse. It's about recognizing we need to begin helping each other. We need to begin exercising some some sort of patience and focus, so that we can grow together. So, card number 9, honor yourself. Yes, we need to have patience and some sort of unification, but not at the cost of your own sanity, not at the cost of your own internal peace. All right? You have to protect your peace. You just have to. There is nothing that's going to be beneficial about martyring yourself at this point. Everyone is going to process their life's events the way they're going to process it. You have no say in that. None. Absolutely no say in that. No matter how well intentioned you are, you do not get to tell someone else what to do, how to feel, how to react, any of that. Okay. And if you're someone that um, has a hard time watching other people struggle or suffer, you're going to have to take a step back. You just are. And it's not that you're giving up on people. It's not that you're being encouraged to abandon connections or like completely give up. It's that you have to make yourself your priority right now. Okay. Your sanity needs to be your priority. And people might mistake this as me trying to promote or encourage other people to be selfish. This is not about unbalanced selfishness, fear driven selfishness. This is not about, well, she said I need to make myself a priority, so I'm going to go ahead and start stockpiling and hoarding things and screw everyone else. No, that's not what I'm saying. I want to make that very clear. I'm saying that as empaths who are extremely sensitive, there is no point in martyring yourself, because as you destroy yourself willingly, you will be of no service when these very people need you again. When they need you to help quiet their fears, need you to help guide them through some dark patches within their journey. So, really assess, where is your behavior coming from? Is it coming from a need to make sure that you are steady and ready to assist when you're needed? Or is it coming from a place of fear? If we're going to be very, very honest here, whatever is going to happen is going to happen. Okay. No matter how much you have, no matter how little you have, your higher self has already planned for you the events that you're needing to experience. Okay. So that could be, hey, you know what? You didn't get a chance to stock up on anything, but guess what? Your higher self already planned for you to just be bored at home, cultivating connections with your neighbors, playing games with your kids, and that's all you're going to experience. Okay? Have some faith in your higher self and its ability to provide you the very experiences that you need to grow you. It's not always worst case scenario. It's really not. It's really, really not. And this is why I'm choosing to shift the focus of readings and really just if it's a message that's too much for my own heart, you know what? I'm sorry, but I'm not going to deliver that message. I'm choosing my sanity and my internal peace over delivering a message that's what going to incite, trigger more fear. Yeah, no, that's not worth it to me. That's not worth it to me. Okay. So here we are. Here we are. We're in a place where our expansion, our consciousness expansion is imminent. Look at all of that purple expanding in all directions. Look at some of that red. Part of our survival. And I don't even want to use the word survival because it has certain connotations attached to it at this point. Part of our ability to travel this journey um, has to do with allowing the consciousness to expand. Many of us will be having our intuition ramp up, a lot of guidance and messages from our higher selves. There's no need to act in such a way that is totally immersed in fear. Okay, your higher self will let you know. Your higher self will let you know what you need to know and trust it. You need to begin trusting that gut feeling, okay? If your gut feeling is telling you you need to leave your area, then you need to leave your area. If your gut feeling is telling you that it's a fear-based decision to leave, then you should stay. Simple as that. Simple as that, okay? This type of event is happening globally. It's the entire world. The entire world has been exposed to certain things. The entire world's governments are putting into place certain actions to hopefully protect their people. And you're not going to run from this. You're just not. You're not. Okay. So let go of that unnecessary fear. The fear is trying to bring your attention to certain things you need to pay attention to. All right. Now, if your fear becomes an obsession and all you can do is look for more information, for what? Why do you need to know that? Serious question. Why do you need to know that? You live in one state, yet you're finding information for others. For what? Were you planning to go to those states? Do you have people you love dearly living in those states, and so you're coming across information to give to them? I mean, what is it for? What is it for? If it's um, because you need to know, you have to ask yourself, why do I need to know this? And I'm not asking you guys or encouraging you guys to bury your head in the sand. Okay. I'm asking you to be mindful of how much of this do you really need to know? When does it go from gathering information to make informed decisions to just flat out fear porn? You know what I mean? Because you do have to know certain especially for your local area. You do have to know. You have to know what's going on. You have to know what kind of ordinances are being put into place so that you can make sure that you're not at risk of anything. But when you begin, like, why do you have to be so fixated on a completely different country? You have no plans to travel to, you have no one that you love living there, so there's a very fine line between um, information and just flat out fear porn. Okay. And it's very, very easy to blur that line and develop an addiction to the fear porn. So just and I'm not trying to single anyone out, but just definitely try and look within yourself and see where this is coming from. Okay. I had to do this for myself the other day where it's like, I finally got triggered and was looking and looking. And then I was like, what am I doing? I don't even know anyone that lives there. What am I doing? I don't need to know this stuff. Yes, I do need to pay attention to what's going on in California because all of my family is there. Yes, I have to pay attention to what's happening in my county because I'm physically here. Um, Aside from that, I need to just let go of all the things that I'm beginning to cling to out of fear. And no, I'm choosing to protect my peace at this point. So, card number 44, attraction. What are you attracting to yourself? Are you attracting more fear? And you can't tell other people what to post or not post on social media. They have a right to experience their journey however they so choose. So if they choose to experience their journey full of fear, you have to respect that. Do you have to unfriend? Do you have to, take drastic measures? I don't know. That's up to you. If it's that serious for you, then I guess. But the way I see it, I mean, everywhere on social media is talking about this. There's no corner of this earth or internet you are going to find that's completely devoid of this conversation. And so, what do you do? Well, if you're that bothered, you have to stay off social media. Very simple. Very, very simple. Go on. And if you get overwhelmed, stay off. Very simple. There's a simple solution to so much that we struggle through. Usually the solutions are very, very simple. Okay. So, stillness. You have to create stillness within yourself. No one else is able to do this for you. You have to do this for yourself. You have to choose yourself. You have to choose to create a quiet space within yourself. Again, no one else can do this for you. No one else is obligated to. You have to remember that. It's no one else's job to create stillness and peace within yourself. That's a solo project. That's something you have to do for you. Okay? Card number 26, protection, set personal boundaries. You have to. You have to reassess your boundaries as they are right now. And if adjustments need to be made, then they need to be made. Um, and if people are, trying to force you to participate in the consumption of fear porn, you might have to get a little prickly. You might have to get a little prickly. You have to protect yourself at whatever cost, whatever amount of force is necessary. And I'd like to think that um, your circle, the people who you consider friends, um, can absolutely respect that. That if they see that you're not wanting to participate in whatever that is, that they can just kind of, back off a little bit. Some of us will have those who exist in a mindset where you have to listen, or else blah, blah, blah. Um, that might be true for you, but I'm traveling a different journey. Uh, I'm going to need you to allow me to decide for myself how my destiny is going to unfold. And you might have to say that to some people. I'm going to need you to allow me to decide for myself how my destiny unfolds. And guess what? How our destiny unfolds is by the reunification of us as a singular people. Yeah, it happens as a dark night of the soul. Yes, it's something that challenges the current constructs. Yes, it's something that's very difficult for many of us to process, but it's still going to happen. We're still going to transition into a different way of being, one that is more in alignment with the truth of the collective whole. I don't know how this process unfolds. I don't know how long it takes to unfold. I just know for as long as this process needs to occur, I'm going to protect my internal peace. I'm going to create stillness for myself, and I'm going to listen to the messages of soul. I'm going to allow my soul to speak to me daily. to help calm any fears that might begin to rise. I'm going to restrict the amount of exposure I have to fear porn. Okay? Fear is important. Fear is important. Cautious fear will guide you and protect you. Fear serves a purpose. There's no need to completely eliminate or ignore fear. It brings your attention to the very things you need to pay attention to. Fear porn, on the other hand, that's excess. That's excessive. It doesn't really serve a purpose, but to amplify the fear that's already present and muddle the message. It serves to distract more than it does to assist. Okay? Yes, not porn, but fear porn. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. This can be a very beautiful time for all of us if we so choose to see it as such, And beautiful doesn't mean perfect. Those are two different things. Beautiful does not equate to our current definition of perfection, because our current definition of perfection is a lie. It's a flat out lie. Okay. It's an unattainable lie. Unattainable, unsustainable. So, ooh. All right. All right. Oh, wait. Let us see. Okay. Okay. So, I will be honest. There's nothing wrong with the cards that I just pulled. I'll go ahead and just show you the Empress, Knight of Wands, Justice in Reverse, and the Fool. I just, I got to cut this live stream. I got to recenter my piece. So please give this video a thumbs up. If you haven't already subscribed to my channel, please do subscribe. Turn on that notification bell. Join me every single time I'm live. Bye, guys.